Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Sounds very peaceful. I can't see any way for this situation to go wrong.
You're here to slay her.
Oh,
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
that seems a bit dramatic. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
We? Do you have any evidence to back up the fact that she's gonna end the world?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
Maybe I
You've
wanted
made
to
it
go
this
for a
far,
hike.
you might as well reach the end of your journey.
This guy seems to be talking in circles. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist?
No.
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
See, I was kind of hung up on the slaying part, not the who. Kind of gives me a idea of what kind of person you are, though. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Uh-huh.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Uh-huh.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Obviously, this guy's not going to answer any of my questions. Oh. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this, at least?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Payment upon services completed. Should have specified on my Fiverr account. I want my payment up front. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I know what it is. It's a Steam award. For sure. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Okay.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Alright, I will.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
What a lovely sight, though. A cabin in the woods in the middle of the night. Starry sky above you. Fresh grass below. What a dream.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who is this guy?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, okay. Easy enough.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Oh, well, that's useful.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Key word there being if. I'm still not sold. But I might as well take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well,
let's.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
okay, no need to make light of the situation like that.
Her voice carries up the
We're
stairs.
talking about killing someone after all.
Who's there?
Oh. That's not the voice I expected the princess to have.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
I mean, it is her house, I would assume.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
That's no way to make a good first impression. Might as well say hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay, lady, I don't think it's that kind of visit.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I don't see how she could be.
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah. What is that again?
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, she's kinda poking jabs at me. I don't know if I like that. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
How about we talk, but I continue holding the knife?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Voice of the hero.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Look, I think we're both right here. We can talk to her. Just let's keep hold of the blade, that's all.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Oh. Okay, well, you're not really selling me there.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I don't know, lady. You're not exactly selling yourself as safe.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I just wanted to talk to her. Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm
She
positive.
talks like someone that would be.
I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
She has to draw it? What is this, Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I really don't like your tone of voice, lady. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, fair point. Fine then. I guess we're at an impasse.
Well, I guess we are.
Fine.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
Okay.
Or drop the blade. Do something.
Maybe I don't want to do something. I'm confused. Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright then, well...
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Well... Good soldiers follow orders, I guess.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
What?
Blood sprays from the cut,
Ugh.
your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
I didn't even see her pull out her crayon.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
That's a creepy face. I don't like that smile.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder... Do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
I mean, kinda.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
It's the vibe I'm getting.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well... This is gonna be a really short video. Chapter 2. The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods,
Hey, wait a minute.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I feel like I've been here before.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait. Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Right.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Jeez.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Nope. Nuh-uh. I saw it. She's got a purple crayon. She's gonna get us.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't.
That's true. That is
But
what
it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Yeah, that's usually how stabbings go.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
We were made for this job. That's strange. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of convincing this time.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
That's a strange thing to say.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
That's also a strange thing to say.
We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened.
He's pulling the husband defense. Look, honey, it's not my fault that I'm not in charge of what I do in your dreams. I've used that one before. I know what this is.
But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right.
What do you mean actually do this right? We did it. We we slayed the princess.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
That's strike 3 for strange things to say unprompted.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah, except for the other guys now here too.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
That is a good question.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
According to you, the world would have ended.
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
Assuming that she does have the power to end the world.
She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
Are we sure?
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
What a weird turnaround, because last time the hero didn't want to kill her, and now he's saying, hey, we can do it for real this time. That is a man that's been hurt. Let's talk about this princess. Tell me more.
Just be quick about it.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
On the contrary, I think you need to stop oversimplifying things. I think there's a little bit more to this story that you're not telling me. We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
So you're saying do the silent run this time?
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Really helpful. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
That's what my mom says.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I'm the chosen one?
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
To make a video.
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
Yeah, pulling a blade out of her sleeve. Next time I'm making her go through TSA. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
Yeah, on the contrary, you said she didn't have one.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
I thought we already established that there has been. Well...
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Might as well try it again, I guess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah, that's usually what people do if they're about to be slain.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
Yeah, who are you?
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
We know to have her TSA screened beforehand.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Right. Here we go.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
happened in here?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
That mirror wasn't there last time. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's a mirror right there. Do you not see it?
There's definitely a mirror.
Yeah, thank you.
There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I feel like it's kind of important. I want to see what's in the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What?
This really isn't funny.
Am I some sort of vampire?
You reach forward
Whoa.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
What? Am I some sort of werewolf or something?
But it was there a second ago.
What in the world?
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Yeah, this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Well,
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
that's what I was thinking.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Alright, here we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
This is creepy.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I've heard that one before.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
Yeah, it's definitely a weapon of some kind.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
It doesn't sound anything like chains.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Was like robot princess? What's this?
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
That's a good question. Is this the second time around for her too?
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Why aren't we safe here?
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Yeah, it's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
It's true.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Au contraire. Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that.
So that's a yes.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
That's definitely a yes.
There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen.
Did you not hear her? She just...
It's like the two of you are working together on
Word
this.
for
Aren't you
word.
listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
Thank you.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Probably the other person involved.
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying.
The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Let's try to manipulate her back. Look, I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
According to last time, next to the purple crayon. Up your sleeve.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
This is so creepy.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Definitely not. That was her.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
How do you know that? You can't see her hands. They're behind her back. Prove it then. Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
Let me see your hands at least.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Well, that worked.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
That's about all I asked, so yeah.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
That was going to be my other question.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically zero or actually zero? Okay, fine. I'm coming closer to free you. You better not try anything.
Of course I won't.
Don't believe
Against
that
your
for a
better
second.
judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess.
Guess my better judgment. I'm trying to kill her, like you said.
I don't like the way you said within arm's reach.
Yeah, me neither.
You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
What?
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Yeah, it would appear that way.
Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Hers first, what?
Again? Really?
Hehe.
Where the heck did you... Where were you keeping that?
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
Oh, that is her arm! What?
You're going to die now.
Yeah, I kinda got that vibe.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What? The arms race. Oh, yeah, because her arm...
You're on a path in the woods. No, that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the cabin.
I like that idea. Just cut to the chase.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I'm not entirely sure.
I feel dizzy.
Yeah, this is frightening.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Who is this guy?
What's the point of fighting
Whoa.
if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces.
Yeah.
We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
That's an idea.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
Just the two.
This is our third?
Yeah.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction.
Now hold on a minute. Because last time you weren't convinced that we had been here before, and now you're just openly admitting it?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
That's crazy.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Alright, Moby. Calm down here, alright?
Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Yes, please.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it.
He's not gonna acknowledge the mirror. This
Okay,
time, is it?
sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Blade is your implement. Yeah. Are you gonna mention the mirror this time?
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
I got 2 new voices this time.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Bleak outlook, but yeah, I guess we could Dormammu it.
And what if we never do?
Then this is going to be a very long video.
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to?
Can we look in the mirror first?
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
That is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
I'm not convinced that you do.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again.
The one that you can't see.
There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
That is the vibe I'm getting.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Not much of a choice here, is there?
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
All? I think there's just one of us, just with a lot of voices.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I kinda care. Didn't like that.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
Don't get to see the hand this time.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
What kind of creepy voice is she gonna use this time?
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I'm not convinced.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Well, no escaping this time.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
The robot voice again. Okay.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for who?
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Thanks for answering my question. I swear they can hear me.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Okay.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Yeah, I think that means that survival matters.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
That is also a fair point.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
I'm not entirely sure I'm okay with him just jumping on the multi-dimensional thing out of nowhere. Because last time he was so against it.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
That looks painful.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
We're gonna fight her, and we're gonna have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
It's worth a shot!
I turned that off ages ago.
Oh, gosh.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Except we're not staying alive. It's not working!
Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
Suddenly I'm regretting my actions.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
Oh!
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
Can we do it again?
You dodge the princess's blows for as long as you can, sustaining only nicks and cuts as you attempt to avoid her blades.
Ooh!
But it isn't long before you're winded, your feet a little slower,
Oh.
your gait a little clumsier.
Come on.
That's all the opening she needs. She skewers you.
I didn't even get a chance on that one.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt? No.
Hello?
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
That's what I was wondering.
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
What?
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Did Cheetah just speed run us back to the basement again?
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Oh, he totally did. He totally did just jump us.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
I don't know. Does this count as a new one?
This is 4.
I guess so.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
This is so creepy.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Can we dodge?
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Yeah, let's get more personalities. It's a great idea.
As long as we keep moving.
Dodge!
Why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm.
I mean, apparently not
Let's
anymore.
see how far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
I lost any options a long time ago. Let's do it.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
So fighting her doesn't work. Talking it out doesn't work. There's no way that's gonna work. I guess we could try flirting with her. It doesn't work. She kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Smitten.
She skewers you.
Oh,
You're cute.
thanks.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
My guess is no.
We just have to hit her harder.
Not a bad idea.
She skewers you.
Never mind.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Okay.
Then you skewer yourself.
Why? How did that one happen?
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
I was under that impression too.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
Oh.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
I don't know, man. This really isn't doing much.
Okay, let's go again. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Getting a lot of new people here.
She skewers you.
Yeah.
See? We're getting better.
Don't think so.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
Was it?
None of this is working. Think.
She's getting more and more swords, and it's getting more and more creepy.
She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it?
Not really.
Last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need.
Right. For real this time.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. Oh, a new chapter. Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Yeah, kick that guy to the curb.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Steel claw? You mean blade?
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
What the hell?
Over my dead body.
I think that can be arranged.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
My brother, I thought I left you in middle school. What are you doing here?
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
I mean, I suppose it's better than dying to an ugly dude.
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die.
Old age?
They're all the same, really.
Nobody asked you.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
What could we possibly manifest that is worse than what we're going through right now?
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
I like where his head's at.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Right.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Lover's not how I'd explain this, but, okay.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know.
Oh, that's a thing now? We're sticking with that one?
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Great.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Oh, buddy.
Don't care, just want to win.
At this point, yeah.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
This is a new room.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
I did catch that one.
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
And yet, here I am.
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
What does that mean that she's been doing with the dead bodies?
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Not really, but I don't know if I have a choice.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does?
Probably not.
Do you want me to talk now?
Yeah, because she's not doing anything.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Yeah, come on, narrator, play along.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Is she getting like a new one every time that she kills us? Is that what's going on here?
Are you ready for what comes next?
I don't think so.
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Absolutely divine.
She's not a she anymore.
Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Okay, what the heck?
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That looked painful.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
Yeah, the heart is out in the open. We could go for that.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Hey, dude, come on.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All right,
is all
sir.
just a
Forget it. All right, sir.
Alright, enough!
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Okay, so we're back in the original basement. But she is still the knifey lady. Sorry, narrator, I guess you're gone too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
What happened to the room? You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Thank you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening! Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too! Both strikes are lethal! Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending! What the heck was that? You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Except it's not a cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me.
Made out of knives?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What does that mean? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
That's a fair point. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
What?
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess? Or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Let her out.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What is the gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
So what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.